Now, 5 days after those consequential governorship elections took place in Kogi, Imo and Bayelsa State, the political axes are still grinding as Nigerians attempt to untangle the facts from the fiction. Microaggressions between competing parties are, of course, not new to Nigerian politics, especially after a fierce contest and a hotly disputed result. But following the award of victory to the APC in the Kogi State governorship election by the Electoral Commission, INEC, the gloves have come off in a new round of cross-party bickering over the outcome. The governorship candidate of the PDP, Senator Dino Melaye, ignited the row with an appearance on this program in which he accused INEC of being co-travelers with the APC and of concocting the results in favor of the winner, Usman Ododo. And he said he had evidence from INEC servers to prove that the results had been cooked in favor of the APC. Well, unsurprisingly, the APC has come out with its own guns blazing, accusing Senator Melaye of walking himself into a prison yard and demanding to be locked up by claiming to have access to the back-end server of INEC.
This document that I have here, this is from the back end of INEC. We have all the RF...
The back end of their server.
Their server. Yeah. This is from there. And I challenge Mahmoud Yakubu. Let him this minute produce a copy of the back-end server if this is not what they are going to have. But this evening now, they've started changing the figures on the RF portal. You understand? But we already downloaded it yesterday to about 97.6% uploaded. But now, shamefully, disgracefully, they've started changing it.
For the former senator to claim he has access to the back-end server of the Independent National Electoral Commission is like walking into the prison yard and demanding to be locked up. Security agencies have no tedious job to do on a suspect who confesses to a crime. Dino Melaye has openly confessed that he hacked into the back end of the Independent National Electoral Commission. He should be arrested and prosecuted for cybercrime.
We'll talk about marvelous fuss there. Well, as you know, Senator Dino Melaye made his allegations here on Arise Primetime. And so, as the protagonists of ethically balanced journalism, we're giving this right of reply to the APC. And in that regard, I'm joined now in the studio by Jesutega It-Onokpasa, who is an APC member and was a constituent part of the now dissolved APC Presidential Campaign Council. Thank you very much indeed for coming in.
Thanks for having me, Charles.
So tell us what your grouse is with Dino Melaye. What is it that he has said that's got you up in arms?
Well, I wouldn't. I would dispute that we have a grouse with him. I would rather say he seems to have a grouse with himself or with. I think Dino is just displaying his default disposition of being a rabble-rouser. You know, I don't. But for the fact that he has but for the necessity to dispel the untruths he made, I really don't think even.
Well, now's your chance to dispel what you call untruths.
Well,
I mean that's why you asked for a right of reply.
Yeah, like one, I would not purport to hold brief for INEC. INEC should be able on its own to defend itself and assert the lawfulness of its processes and the results. I would just say that what is Dino Melaye saying? Is he saying that he won the election or but for his absolutely baseless allegations of rigging? Is he saying that he would have emerged victorious? I mean, Charles, let's get serious. There is this election observer, election monitor called Yaga Africa. And they came up with a report. I think it was the day before, before yesterday.
About pre-filled results sheets.
No, that
okay, that's a different one.
Yes,
okay.
they came out with a report on this Kogi election, on the Imo election. And they had their own projections. You understand me? They had their own projections of what they expected the different parties, the different candidates.
Their performance.
Their performance.
Right.
And their conclusion, this is their report, not APC's report, Charles. This is their report. Their conclusion was that the results basically mirrors their projections. And that if these results had been tampered with, if the results had been changed at the collation center, if they were not a true reflection of how the voters actually voted, then they could not have been that correlation. You understand me? So, in fact, as far as they are concerned, the results are genuine.
Yeah, but
they are a reflection of what the Kogi electorate, how it voted.
Yeah, but I have to say that the same Yaga Africa, I mean, I haven't seen the report you're talking about, so I mean, I
will forward it to you.
I'm assuming that obviously what you're saying is accurate. But Yaga Africa raised the alarm about pre-filled results sheets in Ogori, Magongo, and in other areas of Kogi State. According to them, the results sheets were filled before voting began on Saturday. They echoed what Dino Melaya has been saying, and they called for INEC to investigate, and for some reason that didn't happen. I mean, shouldn't that have raised the alarm?
No, I think INEC cancelled the polls in about 9 of those wards, where this alleged filling of results were incidented. And actually, Yaga Africa commended INEC for its response. That is the reportage of that incident.
Yeah, but now, what? Yeah, finish what you're saying.
Now, if you see that Ogori Mangogo, unless I'm mistaken, is in Kogi Central. The candidate of my party is from Kogi Central. Now, you see, there is this what I would say, a highly erroneous notion that if there's any untowardness in an election, then automatically the person that won the election is responsible for the untowardness. You and I know, Charles, that it is just as likely for any Nigerian politician to be untoward in their approach to electioneering. It is electoral practices you could describe as an equal opportunities vice. That is the truth.
Well,
most Nigerian politicians engage in it unless we want to deceive ourselves. Now, if
that includes the APC, I suppose.
Well, not parties. Politicians. It's just a political culture.
APC politicians.
Not just Nigerian politicians, across parties. Across parties. There are good politicians, there are bad politicians across parties. So it's not a question of this particular politician won, therefore the politician is guilty of.
Anyway,
now this election, I want to address that question of result sheet. Now, if I'm supposed to win in a particular place, and then you say result sheets were filled there, and the results, well, nobody even knows the person in whose favor these results were filled. We don't have that information. But even assuming, without concluding that, without considering that these results were filled in favor of the APC candidate, why would he fill results sheets for himself where he was supposed to win anyway? It doesn't make any
Well,
sense.
I don't know. But the point is that, I mean, there are a lot of things that do not make sense about Nigeria, about the way things are done in this country.
Yeah.
One of them is the way that politicians go out of their way to manipulate things. Let me give you another example of something that does not appear to make sense. Mr. Melaye's argument is that, Kene, for instance, INEC claimed that more than 150,000 people voted. But the total registered voters in Okene is 151, just over 151,000. Obviously, PVC collected is considerably less than that. That is always the case. I mean, not everybody goes to collect their PVCs. But they were saying that 150,000 voters or more, in other words, more than 97% of the votes came out to vote. And that does not sound plausible, does it?
Well,
And he's saying that he has evidence to show that that is...
from the back end server.
Well, I mean, that's what he's saying. I'm simply putting the points he's making across.
Yeah, I don't have the number of registered voters before me, or how many people collected their PVCs, and I'm not going to rely on Dino Melaye for that. Dino is not Dino does not, with respect to him, I mean, it's a distinguished senator of the Federal Republic. With respect to him, I don't take him seriously enough to consider his figures to be reliable. What I can tell you, Charles, is that Dino on election day would not even leave his house to vote. Is that a serious person? Is that a serious contender? He didn't go to vote for himself. And he's going from TV station to TV station, making noise, casting aspersion on an election he did not even bother to participate in. And you know why Dino didn't bother to go to vote? Because Dino knew he could not win. He knew he would lose. Everybody knew Dino would lose. Even Young Africa predicted that Dino would lose. In their own, invite Samson Itodo, invite these guys in Young Africa. They will show you their own data, their projections. Dino always knew. Dino did not even mobilize his party agents. He just kept all the money in his pocket.
Well, he says he did mobilize
He did
party
not.
agents. And he says he had agents everywhere across the whole state.
No, he was hacking INEC back and
Yeah, now, what is the basis of that allegation that he was hacking, that he hacked into INEC servers?
He said he told you that he got it from the back-end server. He didn't say he even got it from.
Yeah, but obviously he doesn't have to have hacked into the
How is
servers
he
to
going to get access
get
to
the information I mean, he could have got it from someone who works at INEC or who has access to those servers.
Yeah, and he got it authoritatively or he got it illegally.
Well, I don't know. The point really is that, I mean, some people might be struck by the fact that you, and by you I mean APC plural, don't seem to be bothered by the allegation he's making, and the evidence he says he's obtained, rather than your party, the ruling party, which should be the party that's driven by law and order, rather than you trying to verify that evidence as the ruling party in Kogi State, and if it is true, trying to ensure that that kind of alleged manipulation does not happen again, and those who were involved
that
are
is not our
prosecuted.
business, Charles.
You prefer to attack him as a committer of cybercrime. I mean, is that how you're going to run the state?
There is an institution called the Independent National Electoral Commission. It is an independent organization. It is the one that conducts elections. It's not APC that conducts elections. And before that INEC, we are all equal. We are just one party. There's no question of a ruling party or not. We're not in control of INEC.
No, I understand that. But you're the party that has been in charge of APs, of Kogi State.
Yes, but
and
not,
the
not
party that has not, I understand that has now continued to be in charge as a result, from the results that were announced. The point I'm making is that you are also the party by extension that is in charge of law and order in the state.
Yes, but
if the INEC could equally say that, oh well, we're not in charge of law and order, the security services are in charge of law and order.
Yes, but
the government of the state is the chief security officer.
Yes,
and therefore they're the ones who should make sure that if there is a violation of the law, that it is prosecuted to the full extent.
And that is exactly what INEC is doing. You see, you have to. It is not our business to conduct election for ourselves. It's that is the constitutional duty of INEC. You understand me? We are equal with any other political party for the purpose of elections. Whether you are the ruling party, you are not the ruling party. You know, I don't know why Dino Melaye went to grab the ticket of his party, because everyone knew Kogi people were never going to vote for Dino Melaye. That is, all politicians knew that. I don't know if it was just some avenue for him to rake in some cash. I don't know. Everybody knew, Charles, that election was between Usman Ododo, our candidate, and Muritala Ajaka of the SDP, who is actually formerly a member of our party, indeed a national officer of our party. The election was really between.
Yeah, but he made the same allegations.
Well, if anybody can make any allegation. If Dino claims he has evidence while he sat at home and refused to mobilize, he was telling your colleague in a sister station that he does not want to discuss why he didn't go to vote for himself. So if indeed he has evidence, no problem. He can brief his lawyers and go on.
Right. I was going to say, what happens next? I guess it's all going to end up in court, is it?
Yeah. Well, who cares? That if that is where he wants to go, he can feel free. What I just want you to understand is the notion that if there's malfeasance in an election, then or there is any shortcoming, therefore it is automatically blamable on the winner of the election, is absolutely ridiculous, Charles.
Right.
It is like in the former election, there was this hue and cry over IREV, that results were not uploaded, for instance. Something similar to this back-end server nonsense Senator Melaye is talking about. Now, if everybody's results are not uploaded, what right has anyone to cry over results that were not uploaded? Both of us are contesting an election. My results were not uploaded. Your results were not uploaded. His results were not uploaded. Then what right has anyone to complain? We are all victims of
Well, that's another story altogether, and I really don't want to get into it because we're out of time.
It is the same thing, Charles.
But the reason those things are not, the people who allege that it wasn't uploaded, the reason they believe that it wasn't uploaded is because people don't want to see the real results. They want to be able to manipulate it, and therefore they prevent it from going there. So that's the point.
Because it's not the duty. This is why I brought it up. It's not the duty of APC to make sure results are uploaded or not uploaded. That's INEC. It's for INEC to. It's for Dino Melaye is accusing APC of a non-existent malfeasance. Right. Then two, of if even assuming without conceding, if the malfeasance was even real, it is not even a malfeasance that is blamable on the APC. That is the truth.
His point, and I'm not a spokesperson, but his point is that the APC, the INEC was in cahoots with the APC.
Charles, you should have asked Dino.
But anyway,
if he had any any path to victory. He did not.
Well, he says he's got the evidence, so if he goes to court and presents
so do
it,
what?
we'll
he
see
didn't,
what
he
will
didn't
happen.
even come second.
Right.
He
Okay.
probably came fourth.
Well, you've had your right of reply. so now we've got to move on. Jesutega It-Onokpasa, who is an APC member and was a constituent part of the now dissolved APC Presidential Campaign Council, thank you very much indeed.
Thanks for having me, Charles.